here, I'd like to humbly request you that you please help us to keep Govinda Maharaj alive. And the best way to do that is to have nice Krishna Kirtan and nice Vaishnava teams. So I'd like to request our dear Vaisesika Prabhu, if he can come up and say a few words. I know he's a little shy. He was just telling me I never met Govinda Maharaj, I didn't have any association with him. But it's not exactly like that, because we meet a Vaishnava in many different ways. I've never met Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but I've met him through his followers, I've met him through his writings and things, and I can say something about it. I can have some appreciation. So I'd like to get a chance to meet our Gour Maharaj through the heart of Vaisesika Prabhu. And by the way, if you haven't already gotten a copy of our family business, just a little blurb advertising, highly recommended, a very wonderful book that Vaisesika Prabhu just came out with recently. It'll change your life. Very, very wonderful book for Krishna Krishna. Thank you for coming, Vaisesika. Thank you.
What I remember to be like kind of a bullock cart, that was the Vyasa sign. It was very rustic at that time. And everything was being cooked on a wood fire. We had just simple things like khitri and things. And at that time, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know how great he was. And one of the reasons I'm here today is because even though I barely met him, my life has been changed by him. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Yudhishthira says to Vidura, Bhavad Gita Bhagavatas, Tirtha Bhagavatas, Tirtha Kurvanti Tirtani Swantak Stena Gatavrita. Start over. Bhavad Gita Bhagavatas, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho, Tirtha Kurvanti Tirtani Swantak Stena Gatavrita. Bhavad Gita Bhagavatas, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho, Tirtha Kurvanti Tirtani Swantak Stena Gatavrita. This is something that comes through a powerful realization by association with a Vaishnava. And Yudhishthira had felt that from Vidura, and he uttered these words, which are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and that is that you are a holy place personified, because you carry Lord Krishna within your heart. And therefore, everywhere you go, you purify even the holy places. They become purified by your touch. Everyone else comes to the holy places, normal people, and they leave their sins. But the great Mahabhagavatas go there, and they relieve the holy place of all those sins. They're so powerful that they can dry them up. And there's a way in which I'm deeply appreciating what we just heard from Madhavananda Prabhu about how a Vaishnava is never gone, because, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, he's always living in sound. And that may seem to be such a simple statement, but it can be realized actually. And I've realized it in relationship with Gaur Govinda Maharaj in the following way. That after I met Madhavananda Prabhu, not that I met him, I've known him for many years, maybe since 1983 I knew him. And then we were out of touch for a long time, and somehow or other, by Krishna's divine arrangement, I came back in contact with him. But then I saw that he had become something very different from the person I knew before. And we means myself and a group of devotees from our temple and some other places around the world met in Jagannath Puri last year and this year. 2 years so far, right? And there a chance to sit and listen to Maha Mantra Prabhu. I know this is a little bit hard because it's your Guru Maharaj's disappearance day, but this is a glorification of him, that I began to realize the potency of Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj through his disciple. Of course, I also know such an anointed Prabhu to be an extremely dedicated person to hearing and chanting. And one can actually taste the association of a great soul through those who that great soul has affected in a very powerful way. Even sometimes more so than meeting directly. And one can see how this is carried on. So when I went to Jagannath Puri and I listened to Madhavananda, I couldn't get the vibration out of my head. The way he does the Mangalacharana and the way he was speaking and the insights he had into Gaur Lila, just the conviction that he had. I felt the presence of Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj through his disciple in a very profound way. And then I could see how a great Vaishnava may go unobserved or undiscovered, living in a little hut somewhere, and people may not know who he is. But the vibration expands, and it goes into the hearts of those who follow that Vaishnava and listen to him. And then those persons begin to emanate the same vibration, and the taste is there. So I've had a taste of that, and I can see that it's unusually edifying and deep what Maharaj was broadcasting and what was picked up by his disciple, Madhavananda Prabhu. So I feel a connection to my godbrother through his disciple, interestingly enough. And I apologize deeply for this eulogy of you, but it's actually, as I say, the eulogy of your spiritual master. And I'm so grateful for it. It's really changed my life. So you're all such great souls to be connected to a great soul, and that's the process of Vaishnavism, which means to be attached to a Vaishnava. That's what we call it, Vaishnavism. And as it says in the Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad, someone who's a devotee for someone who's a devotee of Lord Narayan, there may be some question about whether that person will attain perfection or not. But if someone's the devotee of Lord Narayan, there's absolutely no question that person will attain perfection. So these opportunities to remember those great souls and those who follow such great souls is a glorious occasion, and just having the opportunity to come here today and bow down before my exalted godbrother and all of his followers and my other godbrothers who know where to find the nectar in Krishna consciousness, I feel extremely happy. So thank you to all of you, and thank you especially to Madhavananda Prabhu, to whom I've become very attached and grateful. Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat.